I just got out of the shower. What are you doing with your life? But yeah, so I was letting my hair dry and I was scrolling on my phone just now when I came across this subreddit I'd never looked at called I Am the Main Character. It is the perfect encapsulation of this entire generation's obsession with TikTok and internet attention. Main character syndrome has always been a thing. I mean, it's just a sort of pattern of behavior where someone sort of acts as if the world revolves around them. I feel like everyone intuitively knows that the world doesn't revolve around them, but it's the people who behave as if it did. What this means is they're usually very out of touch with their immediate surroundings and just treat whatever's around them as they are just an extension of themselves. Sometimes that can be dangerous, especially when they're treating others with contempt, but always, all of the time, even when it's harmless, it's just flat out cringe to witness. And I was scrolling through this subreddit when I found myself flabbergasted by this clip. Look, I just don't understand. And I mean, like, I normally cover things that are a little more shocking or attention grabbing, but something about this just really confused me. I just find myself asking, like, why? How does this even become an idea? I mean, honestly, like, this whole thing, this whole TikTok right here just accomplishes nothing. I mean, you've got a cute girl in a skimpy, revealing outfit, but why is she dancing in front of a college lecture hall? Why does she have to bring all of these other people trying to learn something for once? Why does she have to bring them all into this? You could just as easily be dancing in this outfit in front of any sort of background. And yet these people, what they think to do is to just go out there into the world and disrupt other people's busy lives. Like, sure, this is pretty tame, pretty mild, but like, it's just stupid. It's inconsiderate and disrespectful for the people who are there to actually get some work done. So she's wasting everyone else's time, but what is she even getting out of it? If she thinks she looks cute and that's the main draw to this kind of video, why do you want to flex on everyone else on TikTok that you're willing to make an ass of yourself in front of your own college class? And everyone else just has that look on their face like, oh God, there she is doing her little TikTok thing again. Does she think that other people are impressed? Does she think that other people are gonna be interested in being a part of her thirst trap or whatever you want to call this? I'm gonna get a little judgmental here, and I'm just gonna assume this is the type of person who only ever thinks about themselves 24/7, and this is a very, like, sad example of that. It's not like she's harming anybody, but what are you doing with your life if you're someone who thinks that this is productive? I was just now reading some more of the comments, and somebody who was in this class apparently mentioned that she wasn't even originally in this class. This was just like a random classroom for her to be walking into. So that's the point that I'm getting at here is, like, I'm stumped. I actually just, like, don't know what would compel someone to do this. Do people who get views and followers from content like this feel, like, proud of themselves, like they've contributed something to this world? I'm not trying to get too deep here. I get that, like, not every post on the internet is supposed to be magical and inspiring and insightful, but are views just, like, a high score number at this point that everyone is, like, chasing after? It's like, congratulations, you look cute and you got a bunch of creepy, horny young dudes who are giving you attention because they like how you look. The vibe I'm getting isn't, wow, look at this young social media entrepreneur. The vibe I get is, wow, look at this girl with very low self-esteem desperately try to receive some sort of external validation so she can feel good about herself for the day. And like I said, that's just kind of pathetic. I just kind of feel bad that this is how her life's going. And like I said, nobody's getting harmed here. I actually find it ridiculous because it's so harmless. But this is a perfect example of the headspace a lot of young social media minded individuals have been occupying in these recent years. It's this pattern of thinking that leads to some of the more dangerous stunts we've covered. But it's like a virus at this point. It's spreading. It almost feels to me like there's all these young people out there these days, even around my age, who feel like they have to dance like a monkey in front of a camera just so that they can get eyes on themselves. You know, not to, like, make some sort of statement ever or to say anything worthwhile or to create any sort of work of art. It's just pure, unfiltered self-affirmation and self-obsession. All I'm saying is more people out there need to touch grass, and they ought to think more about what it is they're making instead of just making it for the sake of creating it. Because I feel like you should have like some level of substance you're bringing to the table before you put yourself out there. It's like nobody's as impressed as you think they would be if you're just uploading like brain dead shit like this. So you might as well just save yourself the embarrassment. I promise nobody else is as thrilled about this as you are, if you're this type of person at least.